Welcome back to Let's Play Hot Wheels World Race. Don't think we're gonna get 5 races done this episode. And 3 minutes per race. That's, yeah, we're not gonna do it that quickly. It's usually more like 4. So we're not quite gonna finish this episode, sadly. But we're gonna do what we can. Probably saying I'm really going Tetrad after a while. Feels kind of weird calling this car 16 Angels, admittedly, because it doesn't bear much resemblance in my mind. But I mean, it's a golden car, and we don't have any other golden cars that this would be more suited for. Maybe Governor, I guess, but we're fine. 16 Angels sticks out a bit more in my mind as the premier golden car anyways, though. Remember the golden Tetrad. Even though the Governor, actually, yeah, the Governor probably had at least equal screen time and involvement in things. The way it works out is just... Oh, I was actually trying to turn away from that thing by the time I hit it. That was interesting. For some reason, 16 Angels is the main one I think of. Probably because of how ridiculously powerful it was in Track Attack. Making the switch from... Oh, camera. From the Governor to the superpowered 16 Angels was insane. Alex, man, you are something else. Ah, jeez! Okay. At least somebody else shared my fate there. I'm amused by how I went directly into the volcano, though. I do have to say. That was pretty perfect. See how well we can catch up, though. Yeah, if we can hit this jump. Perfect. So we're back on track, essentially. Here we are. Yeah, that wasn't the best either. Let's back up speed. I don't want to hit that boost there. I keep doing it out of habit. There's nothing down here, actually. Darn it! Sometimes there are pickups on the bottom of those, bombs of those parts, places, but not this time. Not messing up this time. Oh, somebody went off to the left. Oh, because I bumped somebody off to the side. Oh man, it's a good thing they didn't do that to me. I do remember the first time I hit a jump in this game. That same thing happened to me. Somebody bumped me off the side. That was a little aggressive though. And now suddenly Vicky's in front. Vicky's getting better, I guess. Maybe she's just getting used to this place or something. Who knows? But she wasn't especially exceptional when this tournament began. Damn, slowing down. Whoa. Oh, I didn't actually have boost. Somebody gonna get that for me? No. Surprising. Not that makes a big difference here. Aside, I think, from... Darn it! Stop hitting that! Something else being open. Oh, nope, so I got this one anyways. Awesome. How? Whatever. I have a really hard time doing a good racing line on that one turn. With this car, want another car that can turn better. This entire recording session I'm using cars that have high speed and can't turn. 40 something came back up there though. Oh, Vicky still ended up falling behind anyways. And that really happened towards the end there. She choked at the end, I guess. I mean, I'm impressed if she can actually compete with the likes of Drifting Ryan Storm, mid-level, Central Challenge competitor, and Overboard 454, a veteran. Curious actually how she ended up getting into the veteran league in particular. I guess she is a driver, probably. You never see her driving or anything like that in Velocity X, and I think about it. Whatever. Okay, so we don't really need to worry about getting the pickups here, since this is the place where you literally can't get all of them, since there's a jump where the pickups are just placed in the air so that you can't get them. It's a little off-putting that this is a thing that happened. It is fixed in the PS2 version. You can get all the... I'm guessing that they moved the pickups so you can actually get them again. But as it is in this version, like, I don't know how this happens. Like, you have to just not be playtesting. But it's really impossible to get these pickups. It means it's literally impossible to 100% the game, which is horrid. But hooray, we're in new places again. I can like that. So actually in places where you want to think about picking up all the tokens again. I guess what we'll just have to say is that got a hold of selling tokens here before we could, or something to that effect. Since we ourselves cannot actually get them all. What can I find in me? I disagree sometimes with this game's judgment of landings. I never did have the problem in Central Challenge I sometimes have in this game of landing on all four wheels just fine and then bouncing and falling over, not getting boost because of it. That was never a thing in Central Challenge, I'm very, very sure. I have seen at least one occasion where I bounced pretty hard, but never in a way that would make like fall over. Yeah, so you really can't get those there. You can't even hit the... You also can't hit the shortcut there, apparently. It's interesting. So that means it's actually impossible to pick to get Power Rocket here, unfortunately. I don't know if Power Rocket defected to that or what. Maybe. Maybe Power Rocket and Road Rocket are on the same team. Maybe that is it. Maybe Power Rocket does have a connection to Road Rocket. And vice versa. And Power Rocket is not on our side. See, like that I landed fine there. I didn't completely on all four wheels, so I still landed in a way that would usually be okay. But this particular time, it just happened to make me fall over. Okay. I do like that you have such long parallel tracks in this particular area, though, in this particular race. Oops. Forgot that was there. Music here is cool, too. It really feels like the better racing line. Yeah, you can edge out these guys a little bit on the straightaways. Just hang top speed. Oh, goodbye. Don't know why you did that, but okay. I was so sure I hadn't done that trick last. I automatically boosted on it anyways. Good. So that means I didn't get any progress towards boost mode on it, but at least I don't need to worry about the fact that I wasted my boost. And then, as a result, didn't get this. Yeah, so unfortunately, that got some progress on us in terms of getting tokens, so that could have some consequences for that getting... Oh, it's another auto boost. Interesting. For that, having a little bit of power over us, doing some strange things. That's probably why that's me able to do some things like, I guess, bounce in horrible ways, and at one point have, was it power pipes? Was it burn? Get stuck inside of a wall for a little bit at one point. Fortunate things like that. Hitting these things on the ground, though, doesn't seem to slow you down the slightest. Shoot, 40-something is really something. And then Alex, right behind. Oh. Drifting Ryan Storm had a little bit of trouble this time, though. Yeah, so Overlord 54 is just unimpressive this entire time for some reason. I don't know why. I guess Overlord 454 didn't really do much of anything ever outside of the first Star Trek Challenge, which seems to be the case for Burn as well, but Burn was, I guess as we've mentioned, potentially the most elite of its own race. Traveling the universe, looking for further challenges. Oh, we're only going to have like one more race this episode. thought we were going to be able to get within one race of finishing this, hopefully, but apparently not. Here, though, we can actually try to get all the pickups. I don't expect to, since we're still using another car that doesn't handle very well. But we'll have more chances after this one. 4 more chances, I think. 4? No, 5. 3. Wait, not add 1. Take 1 away. 3 more chances after this one in the tournament, and then we can do a quick race. I believe you can use quick race to unlock things to get all the pickups with another car later on if we have to. So I guess I wasn't really talking about it much, but I guess we kind of worked things out. It seems like there might be a threat in Road Rocket. Road Rocket potentially siding with what was it? Power Rocket. Switch that around and you have something very different. Those 2 words. Something that has also appeared in games I've played. A little bit. Yeah, I didn't expect that jump to be there. Was that an auto boost jump, or did I guess that was auto boost. Oh, no, it wasn't Burn that got stuck here earlier. Someone else, darn. Yeah, some of these turns, though, you need to turn pretty hard to get to some of these things. That's gonna be a problem for this car. Now, it makes sense if... Well, I guess we kind of established 16 Angels is really mostly here just to watch over things, but helping and picking up tokens would be a good idea, too. I mean, say at least 16 Angels has some practice and that sort of thing. Picking up tokens for such purposes. Interesting music. A little funny to listen to. At least we can get ahead on these parts, though. And there's Alex leading the front again. Always had the pack. Always the one to beat. There's anybody that's going to give you a hard time for getting first. Basically, if you don't get first, Alex will, is how things always go. Seems like. Although I think it was the same scenario with Burn now I think about it. Have Burn and Alex faced off yet? I don't think they have. Not that I remember, at least. I don't think we've ever seen them in the same race. At least I don't remember it happening if it did. Yeah, so that, you need to expect that jump, which I did not the first time. Shoot. You really need to know this track, though, man. Trying to keep an eye out for this here. Okay, so I only missed 2 more. I don't know where they are in the slightest. So I don't know if I'll be able to get everything in this track or not on this try. I'd love to. There's one. There's one more somewhere else. Oh dear. It might be on a lower route too. Or something like that. That I won't get. If I take the higher routes. Or I could be on a high route. I have no idea where this is. So I might not even see it. Just gonna focus a little bit to try to find this thing. So I really would like to get this. If possible. There we go! Just not, it's weird how you can miss some pickups and not others if you don't hit a jump the right way. And we seem to be in front pretty comfortably right now. Not if we mess up turns like that though. Alex. Vicky. Nice. Beautiful. So who's joining us today after having done that? Alex though, man. And Vicky's really coming up in the world. I don't know why or how. She's competing with Alex just about. Don't know how. And then what happened to 40-something? Yeah, meanwhile, Drift Ground Storm is kind of losing it. I guess he's just having a hard time in these harder tracks. This stuff is just too much for him. Something like that. But, so, things continue. I kind of forgot to say anything more about Road Rocket and Power Rocket, unfortunately. Darn. And the idea being pretty simple. Records. Switchback. I guess that's appropriate. Let me look at our gallery too before we end things off here. So not a lot left for this league. But hooray for continuing to unlock stuff. So yes, Power Rocket and Road Rocket. So knowing that Power Rocket is not on our side, potentially being taken over by that, probably in fact, being taken over by that, that's probably why I actually defected from Otto's beloved minion, protector, bodyguard, etc. Probably defected from Otto in the world race because we cannot get those tokens, and more specifically that got those tokens and affected it. And potentially Road Rocket too, but Road Rocket's somebody new. Could have always been a friend of that, if that even has friends, because we have no idea. We never found any such instance, actually. Turns out the Phantom Racer was not a friend of that, for instance, being Vert. I have a lot of these. Man. Vert. First Vert being number 1. Look at some of these cars that we don't actually have yet. Burn! I could modify these pictures if I wanted, but I won't. It'd be kind of funny. I haven't seen, what's his name, Otto yet, speaking of him. This driver looks appropriate for being Otto, though, I will say. And this guy, if there's anybody that's gonna be Ryan Storm in this game, it has to be this guy. It's perfect. Just look at him. I love it. He even has, like, pop collar on his jacket. It's perfect. Road Rocket, there we go. So, who knows, unless... You don't know if Road Rocket might be something created by that, or even that disguising itself. Who knows? Or somebody simply brainwashed by that. Something to that effect. But we need to look out for it regardless. It's surprisingly capable. We have no idea anything about Aeroflash just yet either, actually. We've only seen it a couple times. Some more veterans. Feeling on our side. Grease Lightning. We'll see it eventually. Grease Lightning has... It's kind of weird. Grease Lightning has popped up multiple times throughout the series. Like, it was actually in Burn and Rubber too. It was in both versions of Velocity X. But we've never done anything with it. Like, it's almost like Twin Mill was actually for a while. How Twin Mill remained dormant for so long. Not making a name for itself. Nobody noticed it. It was just always there. Always! Without really making a sound. But, regardless, Grease Lightning has never brought any attention to itself either, somehow. But, that might change this time. We'll see. Alex, of course. Here's Power Rocket. Sporting a different color. Actually, different paint job than it was when it was Otto's companion. Power Spins. Fortunately, these guys are on the same team, so they're not actually going to end up facing off with each other. In fact, I couldn't even get the AI to use Power Rocket at one point, so I don't know. I don't know if we'll just never see Power Rocket or what, because we can't play as it, and the AI doesn't seem to use it. Let's see if you're Vicky! The female driver, simply enough. Okay, so that'll be it for this episode. Let's play Hot Wheels Road Race. I'll see you guys next time, next episode, when we finish up the tournament of the first Emperor of the Golden Tetrad. First one in this game, at least. Nice. See you then, guys!